हेलो एवरीवन, स्वागत है आपका हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल में। आज हम आपके लिए फिर से एक नया वीडियो लेके आए हैं। तो वीडियो को शुरू करने से पहले अगर आपने हमारा चैनल अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो चैनल को ज़रूर से ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन दबाना बिल्कुल मत भूलें, ताकि हम कोई भी नया वीडियो लाएँ उसका नोटिफिकेशन आपको तुरंत मिल जाए। वीडियो को अंत तक ज़रूर देखिएगा। अगर आपको हमारा वीडियो पसंद आता है तो एक लाइक और कमेंट ज़रूर करिएगा। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। आज हम आपके लिए जो टॉपिक लेके आए हैं वो इकोनॉमिक्स का टॉपिक है, डिमांड। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। गुड्स आर डिमांडेड बिकॉज दे हैव द कैपेसिटी टू सेटिस्फाई अवर वांट्स, बट एवरी वांट्स ऑफ अ कस्टमर कैनॉट बी कॉल्ड अ डिमांड. Demand does not mean more desire for a commodity. Demand is the quantity of a commodity that a consumer is willing and able to buy at each possible price during a given period of time. The definition of demand highlights four essential elements of demand, that are quantity of a commodity, price of the commodity, willingness to buy, and the period of time. Demand for a commodity may be either with respect to an individual or the entire market. So let's talk about individual demand. Individual demand refers to the quantity of a commodity that a consumer is willing and able to buy at each possible price during a given period of time. If we talk about market demand, then it refers to the quantity of a commodity that all the consumers are willing and able to buy at each possible price during a given period of time. Now let's talk about the determinants of demand. Determinants of individual demands. Determinants in other way we can say that factor that affects individual demands. Demand for a commodity increases or decreases due to a number of factors. The various factors affecting demands are discussed below. First one is price of the given commodity. It is the most important factor affecting demand for the given commodity. Generally, there exists an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. It means as price increases, the quantity demanded falls due to decrease in the satisfaction level of the consumers. Second one is price of related goods. Demand for a given commodity is also affected by change in the price of related goods. Related goods are of two types. First one is substitute goods. Substitute goods are those goods which can be used in place of one another for the satisfaction of a particular want. For example, tea and coffee. An increase in the price of substitute lead to an increase in the demand for given commodity and vice versa. For example, if price of a substitute good coffee increases, then demand for a given commodity tea will rise, as tea will become relatively cheaper in comparison to coffee. Next one is complementary goods. Complementary goods are those goods which are used together to satisfy a particular want, like tea and sugar. An increase in the price of complementary goods lead to a decrease in the demand for a given commodity and vice versa. For example, if a price of a complementary good, say sugar, increases, then the demand for a given commodity tea will fall, as it will relatively costlier to use both the goods simultaneously. The next one is income of the consumer. Demand for a commodity is also affected by the income of the consumer. However, the effect of change in income on demand depend on the nature of the commodity under consideration. If the given commodity is a normal good, then an increase in income lead to a rise in its demand, while a decrease in income reduces the demand. And if the given commodity is a inferior good, Then increase in income reduce the demand, while decrease in income lead to rise in demand. Next one is taste and preferences. Taste and preferences of the consumer directly influence the demand for a commodity. They include change in fashion, customs, habit, etc. If a commodity is in fashion or is preferred by the consumer, then demand for such commodity rises. On the other hand, demand for commodity falls if the consumer have no taste for that commodity. So now let's talk about the last point, that is expectation of changes in price in the future. If the price of certain commodity is expected to increase in the future, then people will buy more of that commodity than what they normally buy. There exists a direct relationship between expectation of change in price in future and change in demand in the current period. For example, if the price of petrol is expected to rise in future, its present demand will increase. So now let's talk about the change in quantity demand versus change in demand. First one is change in quantity demanded. Whenever demand for a given commodity changes due to changes in its own price, then such change in demand is known as change in quantity demand. And if we talk about change in demand, whenever demand for a given commodity changes due to factor other than the price, then such change in demand is known as change in demand. So now let's talk about the determinant of market demand. There are certain special features of market demand which are not observed in case of individual demand. Market demand is influenced by all the factors affecting individual demand for a commodity. It is also affected by the following factor. First one is size and composition of population. Market demand for a commodity is affected by size of population in the country. Increase in population raises the market demand, while decrease in population reduces the market demands. Next one is season and weathers. The seasonal and weather condition also affect the market demand for a commodity. For example, during winter, the demands for woolen cloth and jacket increases, whereas market demand for raincoats and umbrella increases during the rainy seasons. Next one is distribution of income. If the income in the country is equally distributed, then market demand for commodity will be more. However, if income distribution is unbiased and biasness, then people are either very rich or very poor. The market demand will remain at lower level. So now let's talk about the demand function. Demand functions show the relationship between quantity demand for a particular commodity and the factor influencing it. It can either be with respect to one consumer or to all the consumer in the market. Individual demand function. Individual demand function refer to the functional relationship between individual demand and the factor affecting the individual demand. It is expressed as demand for a commodity is expressed as functional of price of X and price of related good. Y means income of the consumer, T means taste and preference, and F means expectation of change in price in future. It is a demand function. The next one is market demand function. Market demand function refer to the functional relationship between market demand and the factor affecting the market demand. It is also expressed in the as dx is given by functional of px, pr, yte, pos, d. I have given the abbreviation below. So now let's talk about individual demand schedule. Individual demand schedule refer to a tabular statement showing various quantities of a commodity that a consumer is willing to buy at various level of price during a given period of time. And market demand schedule, it refers to a tabular statement showing various quantities of a commodity that all the consumer are willing to buy at various level of price during a given period of time. Demand curve. What is demand curve? Demand curve is a graphical representation of demand schedule. It is the locus of all the points showing various quantities of a commodity that a consumer is willing to buy at various level of price during a given period of time, assuming no change in other factors. It shows the inverse relationship between the quantity demand of a commodity with its price, keeping other factor constant. Individual demand curve. Individual demand curve refer to a graphical representation of individual demand schedule. Market demand curve. Market demand curve refer to a graphical representation of market demand schedule. It is obtained by horizontal summation of individual demand curve. Market demand curve is always flatter. Market demand curve is flatter than the individual demand curve because as price changes, proportionate changes in market demand is more than the proportionate change in individual demand. So now let's talk about law of demand. In our daily life, it is normally observed that decrease in price of a commodity lead to increase in its demand. Such behavior of consumer has been formulated as law of demand. Law of demand states the inverse relationship between the price and the quantity demanded, keeping the other factor constant. This law is also known as law of purchase. Assumptions of law of demands are: price of the substitute goods do not change. Prices of the complementary goods remain constant. The income of the consumer remain the same. There is no expectation of changes in the price in near future. Taste and preferences of the consumer remain the same. As we can see in the diagram, when the price is low, the demand is high. The initial increase in price that we can see on the x-axis, when the price rise from low to high, the demand, the quantity is decreasing from, the quantity is on the y-axis is decreasing. If then the price is increasing from low to high, the quantity is decreasing. Important factor about law of demands. Inverse relationship. It states the inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. It simply affirms that an increase in price will tend to reduce the quantity demanded and a fall in price will lead to an increase in quantity demanded. Qualitative, not quantitative. It makes a qualitative statement only, that is, it indicates the direction of change in the amount demanded and does not indicate the magnitude of change. No proportional relationship. It does not establish any proportional relationship between change in price and the resultant change in demand. If the price rises by 10%, quantity demand may fall by any proportion. Fourth one is one-sided. Law of demand is one-sided, as it only explains the effect of change in price on the quantity demanded. It states nothing about the effect of change in quantity demand on the price of the commodity. So now let's talk about the reason for the law of demand. First one is law of diminishing marginal utility. Law of diminishing marginal utility states that as we consume more and more unit of a commodity, the utility, that is satisfaction, derived from each unit goes on decreasing. So demand for a commodity depends on its utility. If the consumer get more satisfaction, he will pay more. As a result, consumer will not be prepared to pay the same price for additional unit of the commodity. The consumer will buy more unit of that commodity only when the price falls. Second one is substitution effect. Substitution effect refer to the substituting one commodity in place of other when it become relatively cheaper. When price of the given commodity falls, it becomes relatively cheaper as compared to its substitute. Assuming no change in price of substitute, as a result demand for the given commodity rises. Third one is income effect. Income effect refer to the effect on demand when real income of the consumer change due to change in price of the given commodity. When price of the given commodity falls, it increases the purchasing power of the consumer. Fourth one is additional customer. When price of a commodity falls, many new customers who were not in a position to buy it earlier due to its high price start purchasing it. In addition to new customer, old customer of the commodity start demanding more due to its reduced price. Fifth one is different uses. Some commodity like milk, electricity, etc. have several uses, some of which are more important than the other. When price of such a good, say milk, increases, its uses get restricted to the most important purpose, say drinking, and demand for less important use like cheese and butter, etc. gets reduced. However, when the price of such commodity decreases, the commodity is put to all its uses, whether important or not. So now let's talk about the exceptions of law of demand. As a general rule, demand curve slopes downward, showing the inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. However, in certain special circumstances, the reverse may occur. That is, a rise in price may increase the demand. These circumstances are also known as exception to the law of demand. So some of the important exceptions are given goods. These are the special kind of inferior goods on which the consumer spends a large part of his income and their demand rises with an increase in price and demand fall with decrease in price. Second one is status symbol goods. The exception relates to certain prestige goods which are used as status symbol. For example, diamond, gold, antique, paintings, etc. They are brought due to the prestige they confer upon the possessor. These are wanted by the rich person for prestige and distinctions. The higher the price, the higher will be the demand for such good. Third one is fear of shortage. If the consumer expects a shortage or scarcity of a particular commodity or a good in the future, then they will start buying more and more of that commodity in the current period, even if their prices are not rising. Even if their prices are rising. Fourth one is ignorance. Consumer may buy more of a commodity at a higher price when they are ignorant of the prevailing price of the commodity in the market. Fifth one is fashion related goods. Goods related to fashion do not follow the law of demand and their demand increases even with the rise in the price. For example, if any particular type of dress is in fashion, then demand for such dress will increase even if the price is rising. And the last one is necessity of life. Another exception occur in the use of such commodity which become necessity of life due to their constant use. For example, commodity like rice, wheat, salt, medicine are purchased even if their price increases. So now let's talk about the movement along the demand curve, that is change in quantity demanded. When quantity demanded of a commodity change due to change in its price, keeping other factor constant, it is known as change in quantity demanded. It is graphically expressed as movement along the same demand curve. There can be either a downward movement, that is known as expansion in demand, or an upward movement, that is known as contraction in demand along the same demand curve. So movement in demand curve. So now let's talk about the expansion in demand and contraction in demand. Expansion in demand refer to a rise in the quantity demanded due to fall in the price of a commodity, other factor remaining the constant. It leads to a downward movement along the same demand curve. It is also known as extension in demand or increase in quantity demand. Next one is contraction in demand. Contraction in demand refer to a fall in the quantity demanded due to a rise in the price of a commodity, other factor remaining constant. It leads to an upward movement along the same demand curve. It is also known as decrease in quantity demand. So now let's talk about the shift in demand curve, that is known as changes in demand. Demand curve is drawn to show the relationship between price and quantity demand of a commodity, assuming all the factors being constant. However, other factors are bound to change sooner or later. A change in one of other factors shift the demand curve. When the demand of a commodity changes due to change in any factor other than the own price of the commodity, this line is important. Due to the change in any factor other than the own price of a commodity, it is known as change in demand. The various reasons for change in demand curve may be change in price of substitute good, change in the price of complementary good, change in the income of consumers, change in the taste and preferences, expectation of change in price in future, change in population, change in distribution of income, change in seasons and weather. So now let's talk about the increase in demand. Increase in demand. Increase in demand refer to the rise in demand of a commodity caused due to any factor other than the own price of the commodity. In this case, demand rises at the same price or demand remains same even at higher price. Next one is decrease in demand. Decrease in demand refer to a fall in the demand of a commodity caused due to any factor other than the own price of the commodity. In this case, demand falls at the same price or demand remains same at even the lower price. It leads to a leftward shift in the demand curve. Increase in demand lead to a rightward shift and decrease in demand lead to a leftward shift in the demand curve. So now let's talk about the substitute good and complementary goods. Substitute goods are those goods which can be used in place of one another for satisfaction of a particular want like tea and coffee. Demand for a given commodity varies directly with the price of substitute good. For example, if the price of substitute good coffee increases, then the demand of a commodity, say tea, will rise, as tea will become relatively cheaper in comparison to coffee. Complementary goods. Complementary goods are those goods which are used together to satisfy a particular want. Demand for a given commodity varies inversely with the price of a complementary goods. Normal goods and inferior goods. Normal goods and inferior goods. Most of the commodity that we usually buy are normal goods. As a general practice, a consumer buy more of such goods when his income rises and less of it when his income falls. The commodity that follow these rules are called normal goods. Normal goods refer to those goods whose demand increases with increase in income. For example, if the demand for TV increases with rise in income, then TV will be called a normal good, as income effect is positive in case of normal good. Inferior good refer to those good whose demand decreases with increase in income. It means that there exists an inverse relationship between income and the demand for an inferior good. So income effect is negative in case of inferior good. For example, if the income of a consumer rises and he preferred to replace in black and white TV with a colored TV, then demand for black and white TV will fall. In such case, black and white TV is an inferior good. So that's all what I have tell you about the demand. If you have any query related to anything, that you can comment me in the comment box. And if you like my video, then please don't forget to press the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel for more and more updates. Thanks for watching.